What's that on?
Nice picture.
Why? I know.
What?
Oh. Why are my hazards going off? Because the fucking thing's on.
Okay.
Say hello, Betty.
Hello, Betty.
Well, we're trying to avoid. We've been out.
Dogs. Galore.
We parked somewhere so we could have our chat and all that. Where we thought would be nice and quiet by Queen's Park. It was like fucking Crufts. And one moment he's off his nut, having done the lotteries and the
Everything shopping and
the only thing we've got to get is your honey nut
on cornflakes.
cornflake.
Is that all?
So then we went home, you had milk and yogurt and all that, so we took all that back so you could have a
Clearance.
shit. A complete clearance.
Had a
by the sound of
clearance,
it.
yes.
I was sitting here for 2.5 hours.
Quite.
And I found when we went out last week to see Sarah Mann's and Cast's wonderful production of Waiting
Yes,
for
it
God at Boat, which is the Brighton Open Air Theatre, and we didn't have to pay.
Fabulous. Made some good money.
We got a bus back, and I got off. You stayed on, didn't you? And I got off to get my bus back to Moulsecoomb. And whilst I was sitting waiting for my bus to turn, I found a little phone on the seat by the old Steen. And I went, oh bugger, I mean, can you imagine? It's only a little Nokia, it's not one of these highfalutin things.
Pay as you go.
And I didn't phone anyone on it because I thought, well, no, because they could say, oh, it's my phone or whatever. It could be somebody, you know, so there was a few texts. I do know the owner is somebody called Ben. So good deed number 1 today was taking that to the police station.
Very quick.
And the lady said, oh, cover your name and address just in case there's a reward. And I looked at it and I said, for a little phone like that, which probably cost about £10, it's probably a pay-as-you-go.
They probably nicked it.
And I didn't say that. I just said, no, don't. With my blessings, you know, I know it's awful when you lose your phone and all that. And I was literally in there 30 seconds, wasn't I? So I felt a bit good about that, Bessie. You know.
I felt good for you.
Thank you.
I thought you were very very
We've done the shopping because that was good deed number 1, although I couldn't say it's a good deed because I ended up with a few beers out of it. And I'm feeling much better, Bessie.
Better, Bessie.
I'm feeling much better, Bessie.
I'm better, Bessie. Better.
Having come back from that filming the other day. I know I was fine because as I said, I was fine.
But bilious.
No, it was, you know, I was doing a bit of BP to the nation. And what happened was, I got home, he was all over me like a rash, and there was an article on the One Show about why they lick your face, because you're the leader of the pack.
That's right. And you are a lucky jack.
Well, it's your face too, so that means you're the leader of the pack as well. So we, that night, about 3 in the morning, I thought, oh, headachy here. That's why I did the test, and it was negative. And I felt a bit icky. All the other areas were normal. I didn't have a tummy ache, but I just felt really weird. And we hadn't drunk much at the recording because I think we were talking too much.
Oh, you were, yeah.
And so
I don't think I stopped. You stopped talking. Well, not you, but both of you.
Well, Simon. But remember, it's called Mark and Chums.
Yes,
and
I
said this on the one that's just come out with Paul Tate and Pat Moss. It's about the chums, not about me. So the egotistical element of which wasn't me, it was Stephen calling it a day in the life of Mark Sinclair, and I said no. Who's going to be fucking interested in me having a shit or vomiting down the sink or whatever? So
I haven't done that much.
I was fine on that one. And then just had weird. So yesterday, it was I watched my dad's friend Patrick McGowan, who did Danger Man, the Prisoner with, in a really quite nasty piece of work film called Scanners, which is
Oh, I think I've seen that.
about
I
1982.
think I've seen that.
Um,
Yeah.
Brilliant. And that just happened to be on. And unlike normal times these days, they cut all the gory bits out. Even on carry-ons, they cut an innuendo out, or you know, if you use the N-word.
He didn't-
I'm not going to use it
Doesn't
now
make
because
sense
that would
then,
be
does
right. You know,
it? Doesn't make
all
sense.
and then you've got you've even got a comedic value of something so well known
Yeah.
that's lost. Well, it's not funny anymore because you took the line out anyway.
Yeah.
You know. So I watched that, and then I thought, oh, but I ended up. I've got myself. I did myself some of that nice potato soup with the pasta.
Oh, yeah, you
know.
did. Yeah, you said I'd like that.
Yeah. Well, you do like. You would like it because
Yeah.
it's got that nice
Yeah.
pasta you like.
Yeah.
Put a bit of bacon in it or whatever. It's just like having a carbonara. Yeah.
Well, we
So-
went to carbonara, talking about carbonara. I'm not interrupting, I'm just filling in the
Boring the audience face off.
boring you people. I had a carbonara the other day, but it had rigatoni, which is quite thick.
Oh, was he around still then?
Yeah, it's not rigor yet. Rigor mortis hasn't set in, but it was quite chewy, and I should have had carbonara, spaghetti carbonara instead of this, which was all lumpy, and I had ordinary cheese, which I don't like, Parmigiano.
Yeah, but you could put a mozzarella in it.
Yeah, they did. They put a few cheeses in. You know, the 4 cheese that they have.
Parmigiano. Parmigiano, Parmigiano.
Where all the cheeses, 4 cheeses. Castro
4
cheese,
cheeses and a
Castro.
gay guy.
Yeah,
It's called
Four cheeses and
subtitled Smegma.
small. Yeah.
See, this is what we're going to be doing on our show when we do the Mark and Chum's Betty Swallock show.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So as I was saying, so I did that, didn't I, dear? And I felt really bilious, and I had that, and it really helped. You know, when you don't fancy it. I mean, when I was taking the Zarpain for my what do you call it, sciatica,
Yeah.
I
Like her. Forgive me. I do look good in
size
black.
of her arse. I'd actually lost a lot because of
Have you done
Caprice.
that?
It made me feel quite bilious then, but I didn't feel, I was sick.
You were.
And I'd when I got back from doing the show, I'd eaten
Oh, it's horrible when you're sick.
but I had a salad.
You don't
I
like
had one of my nice burgers,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh dear, all right, so at 3:30 in the morning, I'm packing up like a good one.
Yeah.
But all day yesterday, it just suddenly got better having watched Scanners. What else did
The
I watch?
Rita. Oh, the Rita.
Oh, no, it's a Kia Rita.
Oh, the Kira.
This is a
Rita down
Citroen
Rita
C1.
down there.
I got then to watch. I saw a clip of Death Becomes Her.
Love
The,
that
the
film.
Goldie Hawn and Bruce Willis
Love
and
that film.
Meryl Streep, and I do like it. As Dame Edwards, don't you just love a little bit of Streep? A little bit of Streep like they're almost like having a disease. And
Oh, you are.
I watched that. And I watched that little clip and I said, I wonder where I can find the full version. I think I've got it somewhere on DVD.
You probably
Luckily, my husband buys All Us and the Family, that's the Costa Rican and American Netflix. All says in Spanish, and mine is in Spanish, I noticed. Mine's in English. The American lot's in Spanish and English, and the Costa Rican lot's in Spanish.
It is, yeah. It would be.
And that's the 4 people that can watch it. They got Death Becomes Us on Netflix. So I said, all right, that's it. Get the popcorn out. And I sat down there and I was going through I'd like to see who's in the car. And that was made in, would you believe, I think it's 1992 they made that film. And Meryl Streep now is in her 70s. And I tell you what, she looks exactly the same.
Oh.
As she did when she was doing Kramer versus Kramer and all that stuff back in the day.
Mamma Mia. She
I
did
remember she did play Margaret Thatcher.
Yes, she did.
in The
Yes,
Iron Lady.
She was very good in.
And
Iron Lady.
also the cooking lady. I mean, anything Meryl Streep's in, I've got to watch it. It's the same with anything that Miriam Margolyes is in, I've got to watch it. Or
You see,
Judi Dent.
They
Or
should have-
Julie, what's her name?
They should have used an English actress to play Thatcher, but she was brilliant. She was very good in it.
Well, they didn't because they wanted a name, didn't they?
Well, they wanted a name,
No, but that's not the point,
could have had
right?
an
It's
English
somebody
name.
to play the part well.
Yeah.
No matter if she had been a black actress with one leg and a lesbian from Nigeria, that would be not right.
Not really.
No, but you've got to have. There was
Thatcher
no. There
never
was
that.
no British
Probably not.
actress
Probably
that
not.
could play the part of Thatcher as Streep did,
Mm.
and it was uncanny.
Oh, it
If
was.
you look at what's the name, the Anderson woman who was in the X-Files,
Mm.
who played Margaret Thatcher in The Crown in the recent series 5, she plays it so much like that. Although she looks right for it, it sounds like a cartoon. It sounds. I mean, the guy who used to do it on Spitting Image, Steve Allen, or what his name is, has the voice like that.
Yeah, yes.
And it should have been her playing the part and him doing the voice.
Yes, really, yeah. Yes. But it wouldn't have been right. Do it very well.
No, whoever does
Yes,
it.
yes.
I mean, it is. Margaret Thatcher herself was a cartoon of
She was.
herself. From this sort of almost high-pitched woman from up north, doing ice creams and science. She ended up being
From
this
Grantham.
deep-voiced, sort of like that. It could have been a sort of female Orson Welles.
Mrs. Roberts. Well, Miss Roberts. From a grocery store Dad owned.
Nothing wrong with having a grocery store.
No. It could have been straight off Coronation Street, couldn't it?
I watched a thing about Miriam Margolyes on the
Yeah.
Graham Norton show, or the last seg. I do like the last seg, although it's always quite orientated to sport, but that's all right because the banter's good.
Yeah, the banter's very good.
And they had Miriam Margolyes on,
Yeah.
going on about politics and all that, and going about the Tories and Alvange. She said, but the awful thing she said, and I feel fucking dreadful about it because you know what her language is like. When I was at college or university, I was actually sixth form. I was the candidate for the Tory party. God knows I don't suppose she knew what much about it, but she's great fun on that.
She is.
All of that ilk. Miriam Margolyes, Judi Dench, Maggie Smith,
Yeah.
all those ones that have got a wonderful self-deprecating sense of humour are worth their weight in gold.
They are.
It's not the sort of thing I'm going to be able to do with Mark and Chums, but that was never
I
been
don't know,
right
it's
me
not.
anyway.
You're not going to be far off. I think it's going down in the annals of people watching it for years to come. I think. Don't you, Mark?
Grrr.
And how are you people today? Are you all well? It's Wednesday, and the dog's quiet for a change.
This is actually such a good conversation. I'm not going to put this on normally. I'm going to send it to Stephen and how I can use it as part of Betty Swallock's Mark
Yeah.
and Chums.
Yeah.
Because he wants to...
Well, you could put a load of outtakes into that. I bet.
Oh, I'm going to... Oh, fucking hell, I'll tell you what. There's a basis for one programme, that just as it is.
Well, he said that on that one with that. He said Betty has got so many outtakes.
No, not so many. It's just that you got the line, you then lost the line, and then you did it 3 or 4
Yes, I
times.
did.
Still fucking the line up.
Great grandfather, grandmother, grandparent, granddaughter.
No, Godfather.
Yes. I'm the godfather.
Oh, it was mentioned on the one I did with Simon about you trying to get the silver thing. Oh, I don't like it and all that. I said, it's not. You're not looking at it, darling. It's for the telly.
No.
Don't say no. Oh, I can't wear that. Well, it's not for you to say what you're going to wear. You know. Can you imagine turning around to Spielberg and saying, "Oh, I'm not wearing that"? He'll tell you,
I
"Fuck off
wouldn't
and
say
get somebody else." Well, you wouldn't do it to Stephen as a director. He
No,
wanted
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
yeah.
do that. I wouldn't do it to anybody.
I said to Howard,
I'm not like that.
I'd left Simon's a big You know, the one you borrowed when he played it once Father Christmas. He fucking hated it.
Yeah.
You know, the big one that I got from Jackie
Yes.
Cryer
Right.
with the trousers. They're
Yeah,
all fitted,
Jackie, yeah.
because they don't need it, and Simon certainly doesn't need it. And so I left him that costume to wear, you know,
Lovely, yeah.
you know, because it's a bit big on me,
Yeah.
so we do a bit on that, and we'll see how that comes out. But it was a good conversation.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I haven't seen that one, so I've only seen the
Says Stephen, we're sending this to you as part and parcel of the possibility of starting utilising bits and pieces from the past, and then do one quick segment at Betty's to do
makeup and
not the
Not the actual
no,
makeup.
because you've
No,
done
I've
that
done
already.
that. I can move
And
costumes,
showing costumes and
talking
chatting,
about
fucking shit.
shit, big shit, like I had earlier.
She's just had one.
It's not here.
And we're right by the cemetery, darling,
Yes, I
just
know.
past the allotments.
I know, we're nearing death.
We're up down to the cemetery gates if you like, but just bung you in quick.
No, I don't want to go till I'm 40.
I think you find past that on your waist.
No, I think I'll live till I'm 40. That's another. I'll be 2011. I mean, I'll be
32 years to go.
40 years to go. 40 years.
No, but when you were 40, that's 32 years.
No, I'm going to live till I'm another 40 years.
After the way you were coming back the other night from seeing Sarah Mann's fabulous show, and I do want to do a Sarah Mann show, Hank,
Yeah.
I honestly, because we had to walk to the bus, this is a bit of a way,
yeah.
isn't it, to
Yeah.
from the boat.
Well, I
to the
didn't know
theatre
that because
to
it was
there.
like a
Oh, it
maze
was,
getting
it was
there.
in the dark too.
In the maze going to it.
Honestly, I thought you were going to fucking die there on the bloody street. Stopping every 5 minutes, Ventolin on. Quite pleasant up here.
It's lovely.
Not so many. There's been, in fact, no dogs.
No.
There's, down there is where people, and up here it's all, you know, from the war basically allotments, because that's where allotments started.
Yeah.
All
Well, my
that,
dad had one,
yeah, exactly, yeah,
and my granddad had one, and
exactly,
my uncles had one.
exactly.
I did.
So they're all up there
Heck,
doing,
it's like
all
that.
probably doing things like capsicums and cucumbers and all that. Where before it might have been cabbage and the odd lettuce, and you might have even got a tomato. And then
Cabbage,
just beyond that is a place we visit quite often, or have
Yeah.
done in the last 20 years. The Downs
Every
Crematorium and Cemetery. It's, this particular area of Brighton is absolutely chocker. And the fact that you can take the dog in the car with you, but you can't walk round the cemetery with the dog unless the dog knows the person in the grave. Well, how the
don't
fucking
know
hell's the
why.
dog going to know?
why.
Just in case they defecate
Yeah, probably.
or try to dig up anyone.
Well, I think that's most likely. The bones. They'll dig up the bones.
So talking of that then, Betty, when it's your time, and I'm going to have to look after you, I suppose.
Oh, £82 I've got for my
£82. That's all.
£82. Because something with I didn't have something from 74 onward. But I paid in to a little book for years and years, and I've got to find that book and the rest of the stuff from that. And I think I'll
From
have to,
the, where was it from? The Prudential.
Prudential, yeah. I started with £2 in the 70s, 74, I think. But that doesn't.
The
That
amount-
makes
the
me
amount of-
15.
Yeah,
makes
but
me
the amount-
13.
But
I thought I'd started at 10.
no, but in the 70s you weren't. You weren't 15 in the 70s.
I was 22, wasn't I?
Yeah.
No, I thought I started it at 10.
So that would have been in what year were you born?
I'll have to find all this stuff this month about where I've got a Ernie's bond as well. A bond.
You probably won that more times than you didn't. No.
I'll have to get it out. And,
Because they used to be £100 each, didn't they?
yeah, and it went to $1 million, didn't it?
Well, no, you bought one for £100. No, later.
I don't think.
Yeah, but back in the day, you could buy them for £1.
Yeah.
Premium bonds.
And I've got that, so I'll have to look for that. I'll have to have a day and then look for all that.
Just noticed there's a message from Stephen come up on there.
Yeah, there was. What did it say?
To do Mark and Trump's once a fortnight.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't mind doing them. It's just I don't want to do one on one day and one the next day. But if we do a lot of this sort of stuff,
this'll do, won't it? Will this do? Are you all enjoying your
well,
run?
every time we've done one of these blogs to Facebook, everyone who watches it loves it. We should be a double act. Well, we have been for fucking over 40 years.
Yeah.
I could call it Travels with Betty Swanwick. Or Travels with my aunt. Was I'm Auntie Mark,
Yeah.
aka Mary Hill. Well, that's over 20 minutes, so I think we can just send this to Stephen and see what happens, see what he thinks. You know.
Thank you, Stephen. Love you, Stephen.
Bye! Say goodbye, Betty.
Bedroom.